Today, we're going to talk about a term you've probably heard buzzing around Silicon Valley, vibe coding. But what's really wild is that this super modern idea, well, it's actually tangled up in a philosophical debate that's been going on for, get this, over 2,000 years. You know the feeling, right? You walk into a room, you meet someone, you hear a song, and you just get a vibe. It's that gut feeling, that intuition that you can't quite put into words. Well, believe it or not, that exact same feeling is now at the very center of how we're building software.
And I'm not kidding, this is not a metaphor. The Atlantic reported that OpenAI is literally telling its most advanced AI to match the user's vibe. Just think about that for a second. A bit of slang has become an official instruction for one of the most powerful technologies on the planet.
So what is a vibe officially? Well, Merriam-Webster calls it a distinctive feeling or quality capable of being sensed. The word itself is actually pretty new, from around 1967, but the experience is as old as time. And just recently, one single tweet launched that feeling right into the world of software engineering.
This is the tweet that started it all. It's from Andrej Karpathy, one of the brilliant co-founders of OpenAI. He just put this term out there, vibe coding, and he described it as a totally different way of working. No more reading every single change. It's more like you see stuff, you say stuff, you run it, and it just works. It's a flow, a conversation, a vibe. So let's really nail down what this means. Vibe coding is when you rely on an AI to generate code from a simple description. But here is the absolute key, the part that changes everything. The person using it often accepts that code without fully understanding how it works. This isn't just about a new tool. It's a fundamental change in the relationship between the creator and the creation. And as you can imagine, this has sparked a massive, fierce debate in the tech world. Is this the next great revolution, or are we building our entire digital future on top of a fragile house of cards?
So you've got two very different camps. On one side, the hype is just incredible. People are talking about being 100 times faster, about finally letting non-experts build their own software. There's this amazing quote from a founder saying, "I am no longer an engineer, I am a product person." But on the other side, the alarm bells are ringing. Seasoned developers are warning about massive technical debt, hidden bugs, and major security flaws. As one person put it, it's a way for two engineers to create the technical debt of 50. Ouch.
And this isn't just a theory. This is happening right now at scale. Take Y Combinator, the legendary incubator that launched Airbnb and Dropbox. In their recent winter batch, a full quarter, 25%, of the startups had code bases that were over 95% generated by AI. The revolution isn't coming, it's here. But the warnings are getting pretty stark. I love this one analogy from Geek News. AI is like a very enthusiastic but inexperienced junior developer. It's fast, it's eager, but it just doesn't have wisdom. And this, they warn, is how you create a house of cards, something that looks complete, but the second you put it under real pressure, it just collapses. This whole tension, right? The incredible speed of a new tool versus the potential loss of deep understanding, it feels so modern, so completely a product of the AI age. But what if I told you that this exact same debate was happening over 2,000 years ago? So let's just step away from Silicon Valley for a second and travel back in time. We're going to 4th century BCE China to meet a Taoist philosopher named Zhuangzi. Because believe it or not, he was grappling with a stunningly similar problem. He just wasn't talking about code. He was talking about the human heart.
Zhuangzi came up with this term, jixin, pronounced jisim. It translates to the machine heart, and he described it as this calculating, efficiency-obsessed way of thinking that can take over when we rely too much on clever machines. He argued it actually spoils the pure and simple connection we have to our work.
And he told this perfect little story to explain the idea. It's about a farmer who's shown a new piece of technology that could save him a ton of labor. And listen to what the farmer says. He's not worried that the machine won't work. He's worried about what the machine will do to him. He fears he'll develop a machine heart, that he'll become calculating and lose his pure connection to his craft. He says, "I'm not ignorant of it. I would be ashamed to use it." He was ashamed of how it would change his own mind. So this brings us right back to our modern world. How do we tame this ancient idea of the machine heart in the age of AI? How do we get all of that incredible speed without losing our own human wisdom in the process? When you put it side by side, the parallel is just striking. The farmer's machine offered efficiency, but it risked creating a machine heart that severed his connection to the craft. Vibe coding offers incredible speed, but it risks creating a house of cards by severing our connection to the code's logic.
It's the same dilemma, just thousands of years later. The solution then probably isn't to just reject the tool. It's all about how we use it. We come back to that fantastic advice from Geek News. Treat AI like that intern. It provides the speed, for sure, but the human, that's you, must provide the wisdom and make sure the whole thing is actually reliable.
So what does that look like in the real world? Well, a kind of playbook for high-quality vibe coding is starting to form. Number one, always review the AI's code, just like you would for junior dev. 2, use it to accelerate, not to autopilot. It's great for boilerplate, but not for your core architecture. 3, test everything, obsessively, and that includes the tests the AI writes for you. 4, know when to just say no. For anything critical or security sensitive, you write it yourself. And 5, document what the AI did and why, so a human always has the final say and understanding.
At the end of the day, this isn't an either-or situation. We don't have to choose between the farmer's careful craft and the power of the machine. The real future, the only path forward, is in finding a way to combine our human wisdom and experience with the incredible speed of AI.
Which leaves us right where Zhuangzi was 2,400 years ago, with a question that all of us now have to answer. Is this new technology going to be a partner that enhances our craft, or is it a machine heart that, for all its power, just disconnects us from the very work we love? The choice is ours.